I mean, yeah, obviously, terrible feeling right now. You know, coming off an emotional win last week against Penn State, and then walking into a hostile environment. We knew Kinnick Stadium. It's got its Kinnick curse or whatever you want to call it. You know, it's just we just didn't come prepared today. Weren't 9 units strong, and you know, we resulted with a loss today. So.
You were pretty animated at one point there on the bench. Is that between you and the coaches, or something you wanted to see called that might work better, or?
I wouldn't necessarily say that. Excuse me for a moment. I wouldn't necessarily say, that animation or that scene that you saw in particular, sure. Just to make sure that our guys are still involved, are still engaged in the game itself. I think at the time it was 38-17 or something like that. Just to make sure our guys are still engaged, because you know what, we come into a place, a tradition-rich program like Ohio State itself. We finish a game with class, we finish that, and we don't get in little bicker fights or little things like that could affect us later on. So that was just to make sure that our guys stay on the same page, making sure that we go out there, finish the game itself, hold ourselves to class, and again, you got to respect the opponent who you're playing.
You held them accountable.
Yeah, absolutely, and I think that's the biggest thing going into this week, is make sure accountability for every little action, whether it be body weight, whether make sure that you don't miss a class, don't miss a tutor, the little things that start to add up in a preparation week for us, making sure that those things are taken care of, and that's I think the theme of the week is going to be accountability.
Billy, when did
you? Go ahead, Tim. Go ahead.
Oh, Billy, when did you feel y'all did lose the grip? I mean, what point of the game where you looked up and basically maybe were in disbelief? I don't know what your feeling was.
I think that's a fun thing about our offense, though. I mean, our offense, again, we come back from 15 down last week. In a case like again, I just mentioned 38-17. That's what is that? 18 points, 18 points or whatever the case is.
21, yeah. But go ahead.
Regardless, making sure that again anything could change the game. I mean, again, we still have a whole fourth quarter to go. And we saw last week, we saw a momentum swing. So again, we're just looking for that spark. Just wasn't able to pull up with it this week. And again, like you said, we see the results.
Back row left, Jared.
Yeah, Billy. Defensively, when you look at what Iowa did they present some things that were surprising? Did they do something you didn't expect? Regardless, especially early in the game, did they do something that you didn't see coming?
No, absolutely not. I mean, Iowa is a tradition-rich defense. You play a prototypical defense like Iowa, like we saw tonight. The guys up front were big. The athletic linebackers and those two with Jewel and the other gentleman. Again, we knew what they were going to. They weren't going to throw a bunch of blitzes at us. They're just going to kind of bend. That bend don't break mentality itself. So you saw some big chunk plays in the first half. They bend. They'll settle for 3 points itself. So again, we knew going into that week what kind of defense that was. We knew what to prepare for. Again, just. I think we just, like I said, we didn't get that rhythm going, and we took one on the chin.
Front row right, Austin.
Billy, the emotions from this time a week ago to right now, I'm sure could not be further apart. Is it difficult to, process that swing from last Saturday to this Saturday? And do you have any idea how that happened?
I mean, it is difficult. I mean, again, you go from the highest of the highs to the low of low. Again, you walk into a team, whatever the case is, the national, surrounding this game itself, you got to prepare during a week. And I think Penn State week had a very very detailed attention to detail week of preparation itself. Kind of I guess off the emotional toll of last week or whatever you want to blame it on. Just the week of preparation itself's got to get better.
Dan, front row.
Billy, you guys obviously go into a season with expectations of competing for a championship. When you have a loss like this, it might derail those hopes. How do you guys move forward without that?
Well, the good thing is, the Big Ten East we are still in the driver's seat for this right now. That is first and foremost our goal is to win the Big Ten East itself. Win every week, take care of every opponent that we can. Win the Big Ten East, and that kind of the success that follows that is not necessarily our primary goal itself. So everything that we still want to play for is still in front of us. Got to look at the film, be very honest, and hold guys accountable, making sure that the week of preparation, the ones and the twos are ready for the case. The offensive line, we had two guys go down, somebody's got to come in. So we got to make sure that those individuals, whether it be an offensive lineman, a running back, a receiver, a quarterback, even on the defensive side of the ball, just make sure that those guys are ready for what is potentially to come, and make sure that again everybody's accountable.
Last three, we're going to go Bill, Ari, and then Doug.
Billy, I know you guys were down, and this is a popular question I think that comes up when you guys are in games like this, and I only ask because you have a big voice in that room. Does this team run the ball enough? Does this team rely on your power run game enough?
I trust the coaches. I trust in everything that they're doing. Again, they saw some things. They were trying to get some things working. Kind of attack their secondary, attack their second level, the linebackers. So again, whether or not my personal opinion really doesn't matter itself. You know, I go out there, I execute what we're supposed to do. I have full faith in the coaches, full faith in JT, full faith in Coach Meyer, and that's what we go out there and do. So,
Billy, you've done a lot of winning in this program. You won a national championship. You've had a few tough losses that you have to. Is this the most confusing one that you've been a part of, just in terms of where you guys were and where Iowa is?
In terms of using the word confusion, I'd rather not use that word itself. Again, we didn't execute when it matters. We didn't execute towards the second half, in the second half itself, and that goes back to the responsibility to make sure that we're nine units strong going into a game. Again, you know, Coach Meyer always talks about if you're not 9 units strong, it's going to show up on a game. So we weren't prepared, weren't fully prepared for those things. And right now is the time, again, you got to lean on each other. You know, I've been a part of those, you know, the tough losses, again, coming off of, you know, Clemson the first year, you know, Clemson last year, Michigan State after the Big Ten championship, you know, Michigan State at home, Penn State away, you know, those type of deals. So again, you have to get together and get in with those guys, get within that unit room, again, hold everybody accountable. As again, you know, we talked about last week the brotherhood, and this is right now in moments of trial and tribulation. This is where we need to be.
You were basically able to name off every loss that you've had in your entire career. Is this one different than those?
Again, a loss is a loss, and you take that hard. Again, I got to play better. Offensive line, we got to play better as a whole, and that's all you can ask for right now is just make sure you reflect on yourself and get better for the next week.
Billy, thank you very much. Doug, I'll open up with you with Taekwondo.